Welcome to my new lecture. In this lecture, we will be talking about the conditional probability, total probability theorem, and Bayes rule. So, this is a very important lecture in terms of understanding the probability, basics of probability. First of all, would be looking at the conditional probability. Conditional probability, uh, as the name suggests, it basically represents the probability of an event given some other event has occurred, right? uh, I can write it down as probability of event. Let's say it could be event 1 given that some event 2 has happened, right? This is more like it, and the formula for it is probability of the combined probability of event 2 and event 1 divided by the given probability, that is event 2, because we are considering that event 2 has happened, right? So if I have to calculate this probability of the event B given some event A, so I can write it down as probability of A intersection B, right? Just interpreting these words into mathematical form over probability of A. This is my given event. This A is given event, and I want to find the probability of B given that some event A has occurred. Similarly, if I have to calculate the probability of event A given some event B has happened, it will be equal to probability of B intersection A over probability of B. So in this way you can find the probability of the conditional event, that is when one event is dependent upon the other event, right? So as you see in our previous discussion, that if we are interested in finding out probability of A union B, that is actually equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So we did not talk much about this probability of A intersection B. However, if you look at these results, right, you can see that while you are having the conditional probability, you can find this probability of A intersection B in terms of the conditional event. Let's say if I consider this equation 1, using this equation, using equation 1, I can write probability of A intersection B. If I multiply it, is probability of B given A. This basically bar represents given into probability of A. So I can find this A intersection B using this formula, and this is basically known as a sort of multiplicative rule, right? This is the multiplicative rule for conditional probability. And similarly, you can find probability of B intersection A by probability of A given B into probability of B. Now, if there is another important aspect, that if the two events are independent, right? Independent events, I should write it down as independent events, right? Independent events are those in which the occurrence of one event has no relationship with the other event. जब एक के इवेंट के होने ना होने से किसी दूसरे इवेंट पर कोई फ़र्क ना पड़ता हो तो हम उन्हें क्या कहते हैं, इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स कहते हैं. So in such a case the probability of A given B would be not in like this, right? It would simply become the probability of A, क्योंकि A का B के होने ना होने से A पे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, इसलिए probability of A given B would be probability of A. And similarly probability of B given A would be simply probability of B. लेकिन इसके लिए शर्त ये है कि जो है वो इवेंट्स क्या हों, इंडिपेंडेंट हों. अगर इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट नहीं है तो फिर हम ये नहीं लिख सकते. और अगर मैं उसी इक्वेशन को यूज़ करूं जो हमने अभी लिखी थी, इसे मैं इक्वेशन 2 का नाम दे देता हूं, ठीक है. अगर नाउ इक्वेशन 2 becomes probability of A intersection B. This probability of B given A would be simply probability of B, right? Because occurrence of A does not affect this B into probability of A. And since commutative law holds in multiplication, you can write it as probability of A into probability of B. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जब दो इवेंट्स इंडिपेंडेंट हैं तो उनकी इंटरसेक्शन जो है, जो उनकी जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी है वो उनकी मार्जिनल प्रोबेबिलिटीज़ के प्रोडक्ट के इक्वल होती है, राइट. दिस इज़ द जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बोथ द इवेंट्स and this is the marginal probability of event A and this is marginal probability of event B. When the events are independent, then the joint probability of the events is equals to the multiplication of the marginal probability of the individual events, right? That's the result we can deduce from this example, from this theorem. Now we can take this result a bit further. Let's say we have large number of events. Suppose if in an experiment the events A1, A2 up to AK can occur, right? So if now we are interested in probability of finding A1 intersection A2 up to intersection AK, then we can find them out as probability of A1. I am generalizing the results of that two events conditional probability into K events. It would be probability of A2 given A1, right, into probability of A3 given A1 intersection A2 and up to so on till probability of AK given A1 intersection A2 up to intersection AK, right? This is the result. I can write this expression in a more clear way as the last basic result would be probability of AK given A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 up to intersection A sub of K, right? So this would be my conditional probability when I have that K events. Probability of A1, this could be calculated as probability of A1 into probability of A2 given A1, A3 given this one, and also I have to basically calculate all these results, and I can find the intersection of these probabilities. Now as we discussed earlier, if A1, A2 up to AK are independent events, then I can write this probability of A1 intersection A2 up to intersection AK to be equal to probability of A1. Now this would be simply probability of A2, right? And this would be simply the probability of A3, and similarly this would be the probability of AK. Now you can see that the joint probability has once again become the product of the marginal probabilities of all these events. So this is the generalized form of the conditional probability that we have just discussed earlier. तो अगर आपके पास इंडिपेंडेंस इवेंट होंगे तो आपके पास ये जो जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी है या जो इंटरसेक्शन है ये इंडिविजुअल इवेंट्स की प्रोबेबिलिटीज़ का प्रोडक्ट के इक्वल होगा। तो ये चीज़ आपके ज़हन में रहनी चाहिए कि ये जब भी आपके पास इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स हों तो आप इस तरह की जो है उसमें वेरिएशन ला सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट वी वुड बी लुकिंग एट द टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी. I would use the graphical explanation just to convey total probability. Let's say this is my sample space, right? And the sample space has been partitioned into two parts. Let's say this is my event E and this is my event E complement, right? This is my sample space, this whole box is my sample space, and I have two events in it, E and E dash. And suppose there is an event that comprises of E and E dash in this form, right? This is my event which comprises of this, and I call this event as event A. This is my event A, right? So I want to write the probability for it, and you see there are two portions of it. This portion actually corresponds to E intersection A because this contains A as well E and intersection A, and this portion of my event A is actually E intersection A prime, E prime intersection A, right? This is this part of event A is E prime intersection A, and this portion of A is E intersection A. So I can write this A to be E intersection A union E prime intersection A, right? So I have to basically add both of these two to write A. Now when I apply probability on both the sides, it would basically look like this, right? So I can replace this probability of A, and I know this is probability of E intersection A, and you can basically write plus for this union. It would be probability of E complement intersection A, right? So when I will change this in terms of conditional probability, so it will become probability of A is equals to probability of A given E, right, into probability of E plus probability of A given E prime into probability of E prime, right? Now this is my event A, right, which comprises of E and E prime. तो जब एक इवेंट को हमने एक सैम्पल स्पेस को दो हिस्सों में पार्टीशन किया और हमने एक इवेंट लिया जो E और E प्राइम दोनों पर मुश्तमिल है, तो हम जो है उसको इस फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है। अब अगर इसी रिज़ल्ट को मैं एक्सटेंड करूं कि मेरे पास एक सैम्पल स्पेस है, राइट, उसकी बहुत सी पार्टीशंस हैं, लाइक दिस इज़ माय B1, right, this is my, let's say, B2, right, and all these go on, let's say this is my BK, right? So there are different let's say other partitions as well. तो मैंने इनकी बेसिकली सैम्पल स्पेस को पार्टीशन किया हुआ है इनटू डिफरेंट इवेंट्स B1 B2, और अगर मैं एक इवेंट लेता हूँ विच कंप्राइजेज ऑफ दीज पार्टीशंस, जो इन पार्टीशन के ऊपर बेस करता है, लेट्स से दिस इज माय इवेंट A नाउ, राइट, विच कंप्राइजेज ऑफ दीज पार्टीशन. So if I have to write down this probability of event A now, it would be probability of A would be equals to, now when there were two events, right, I basically use the sum of all these partitions. Here I can use basically sum that is I from 1 to, let's say I have k events 1 to k, probability of bi intersection a, right. यहाँ पर e और e प्राइम थे सिर्फ, यहाँ पर मैंने उसकी कितनी पार्टीशंस कर दी हैं, b1 b2 b3 अप टू bk. तो अगर इन तमाम पार्टीशंस के साथ ये क्या होगा, b1 इंटरसेक्शन ए, ये b2 इंटरसेक्शन ए, ये b3 इंटरसेक्शन ए, इसी तरह ये bk इंटरसेक्शन ए, इन सब को अगर मैं सम कर दूंगा तो मेरे पास ये इवेंट A की प्रोबेबिलिटी आ जाएगी. ये टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी है बेसिकली, राइट. अब जो है इसे अगर मैं एक्सपेंड करूं, ठीक है, इस रिजल्ट को, तो इट वुड बी प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ B1 इंटरसेक्शन A प्लस probability of B2 intersection A plus up to so on probability of BK intersection A. इन सब probabilities को मैं सम करूंगा तो मेरे पास क्या आ जाएगी, टोटल probability आ जाएगी, राइट. अब इनको इन टर्म्स ऑफ अगर कंडीशनल probability हम लें, so it would become probability of A given B1 into probability of B1 plus probability of A given B2 into probability of B2 plus up to so on probability of A given BK into probability of BK. तो ये जो है आपके पास टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी बन जाएगी विच इज़ प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ A. आप इसको अगर रिज़ल्ट को अगेन अगर मैं इसे क्लोज सुमेशन में लिखना चाहूँ तो आई कैन राइट इट डाउन एज इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी सुमेशन I फ्रॉम 1 to k, राइट. प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ A गिवन BI इनटू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ BI. तो ये मेरे पास जो है वो टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी होगी. दो तीन चीज़ें जो कंसिडर करनी है, एक तो टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी में हमने सैम्पल स्पेस की क्या की हुई है, पार्टीशन की हुई है, राइट, लाइक B1 B2 अप टू BK, और हम एक इवेंट A ले रहे हैं जो कि उसको कंप्राइज कर रहा है, ठीक है. तो फिर हम उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी इस तरह से फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. Let's say we have taken a sample space which has been partitioned into B1, B2 up to BK, and we are taking an event A which comprises of basically these partitions. Then the total probability of this event A in terms of all these partitions can be written like this one, right. तो आप ऐसे ही समझें कि एक अगर हाउस है, ठीक है, उसके अंदर डिफरेंट कमरे हैं और हर कमरे में चेयर हैं, किचन भी है, वाशरूम भी हैं. तो अगर हम नंबर ऑफ़ चेयर्स जो हैं एक घर के अंदर देखना चाहते हैं तो इट कुड बी कि हम देखें कि वाशरूम में कितनी चेयर्स हैं, किचन में कितनी चेयर्स हैं, बेडरूम में कितनी चेयर्स हैं, डाइनिंग रूम में कितनी चेयर्स हैं. तो ये अगर इवेंट ए नंबर ऑफ़ चेयर्स को रिप्रेजेंट करता है तो हमने सब की जो रूम्स हैं, ठीक है, चाहे वो छोटे बड़े जो भी हैं, उन सब के साथ उसकी इंटरसेक्शन लेनी पड़ेगी. तो ये इस तरह से नंबर ऑफ़ चेयर्स आप निकाल सकेंगे इन ए हाउस होल्ड, right. So this is how you can solve basically total probability, and this total probability is very important when you are actually dealing with the Bayes rule, because you have to calculate the total probability while using the Bayes rule. And next we are moving towards Bayes rule. Okay, next we are basically discussing the Bayes rule. Bayes rule basically is about to find the probability of a partition given event A, right? And A, as we know, is the total probability, right? So I would first write its definition. If the events B1, B2 up to Bk constitute a partition, right, of the sample space S, of the sample space S, such that the probability of any partition is not equal to 0, right? For I equals to 1, 2 up to k, right? Then for any event A, then for any event A, right, it should be event A in S such that in sample space such that the probability of A is not equals to 0, right? We can write basically this BR given A, this is the probability of partition, right? If R is 1, then it would be B1, and if R is 2, it could be B2. Given that event A, which is our total probability, is actually equals to probability of BR intersection A, right, over probability of A. And we know how to calculate this probability of A. This probability of A, as we know, is given as summation I from 1 to k probability of BI intersection A, right? As you see, if it was a conditional probability, it should have been written as A intersection BR, but here it is BR intersection A. This is when you use the property of as the probability of A intersection B should be equals to probability of B intersection A. So commutative law basically holds in terms of intersection. Therefore, you can write this probability of BR intersection A over probability of A. ठीक है, तो नॉर्मली तो ये होना चाहिए कि probability of B R given A should be probability of A intersection B R over probability of A, right? But in this case, since probability of A intersection B R is actually equals to probability of B R intersection A over probability of A, so basically Bayes rule uses this basically equivalence of these two relationships and provides us a law. So if we see in terms of the square diagram or the samples that we were discussing, suppose these are the partitions once again, B1, B2 up to this is, let's say, Bk, and there is an event like, let's say, like this one, which comprises of these partitions. This is my event A, and this is the sample space. So basically I am finding the probability of some partition given probability of A, राइट इसको आप इसी तरह समझ लें कि जिस तरह नंबर ऑफ़ चेयर्स की एग्जांपल थी, मैं किसी एक लेट से बेडरूम के अंदर नंबर ऑफ़ चेयर्स की बात कर रहा हूँ गिवन टोटल चेयर्स का मुझे पता है, ठीक है। तो इस तरह से आप कह सकते हैं कि किसी पार्टीशन की आप प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं गिवन यू नाउ दी टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी, and this is very important result in terms of probability. This Bayes rule is a very important one, and it has got many applications in different fields of engineering, computer sciences, business studies, etc. It is used in many different aspects, right? But this is the form of Bayes rule. Next we would be moving towards some numericals which would be related with conditional probability, total probability and Bayes rule. Okay, now let's look at an numerical. A class in advanced physics is comprised of 10 juniors, 30 seniors and 10 graduate students. So there are total a class of 50. The final grades show that the 3 of the juniors, 10 of the seniors and 5 of the graduate students received an A grade for the course. If a student is chosen at random from this class and is found to have earned A grade, what is the probability that he or she is a senior student? So, looking at the question, we have to find the probability that given a student has taken A grade, we have to find out the probability of he or she being a senior student. So, looking in terms of conditional probability, it should be probability of A grade intersection senior over probability of getting A grade, right? So when I look at this probability that somebody has A grade and he is senior as well, he or she is senior as well, so only 10 seniors have got A grade and out of 30 seniors, right? So it would be this numerator would be 10 over 30 and the probability of getting A grade in total the 18 students have taken A grade out of 50 students. So it would be 50 into 10 would be 500 and 30 into 18 would be let's say it should be 540, right? So when you use the calculator and you can easily find the probability of a senior getting an A grade, right? This is how you can interpret it. In another numerical, this is an electrical system and A, B, C, D, E represents basically different components along with their probabilities are given, and it is also given that the all these components work independently, right? The information goes from here to this point. What is the probability that entire system works, right? We have to calculate this. One thing we can notice is that for this worker, for the system to work, either it can follow this path or it can follow this path. वो या तो इंफॉर्मेशन इधर से इधर आ सकती है या इधर से तो जब बीच में और आ रहा है तो इसका मतलब है कि इन दोनों में से कोई एक भी हो तो सिस्टम वर्क कर सकता है. तो अगर मैं इसे W कहूँ तो W के वर्क करने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि A और B दोनों काम करें या फिर C, D और E जो हैं ये वर्क करें, ठीक है? या ये चल रहा हो सिस्टम या ये, लेकिन इसके चलने के लिए इन दोनों का चलना ज़रूरी है और इसके चलने के लिए इन तीनों का चलना ज़रूरी है, तभी इंफॉर्मेशन इधर से इस पॉइंट तक पहुंच सकेगी. तो इफ़ वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन फाइंडिंग प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ दिस entire system works, this would be probability of A intersection B plus probability of C intersection D intersection E. अब ये गिवन है कि जो ये कंपोनेंट्स हैं ये इंडिपेंडेंटली वर्क करते हैं, कि एक का फेलियर होने का ये मतलब नहीं है कि दूसरा भी कंपोनेंट फेल हो जाएगा, ठीक है? एक वर्क कर रहा है तो दूसरा कर भी सकता है, नहीं भी कर सकता, एक दूसरे से, लेकिन है इंडिपेंडेंट. तो इसलिए जब इंडिपेंडेंट है तो I can write it down as probability of A into probability of B plus probability of C into probability of D into probability of E. बेसिकली जब इंडिपेंडेंट है तो मैंने जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी को मार्जिनल प्रोबेबिलिटीज़ की प्रोडक्ट में लिख दिया. अब ये तमाम probabilities given हैं. Let's say probability of A is 0.7, probability of B is 0.7, and probability of C is 0.8, probability of D is 0.8 as well, and probability of A, this is also 0.8, right? So you can calculate this probability that the entire system works. If you look at the second part of this question, given that the system works, what is the probability that the component A is not working? Right? Given that the system works, what is the probability that the component A is not working? So by looking at, we are given that the system is working, we have to calculate basically that A is not working, and I have represented this with A complement. So it should be probability the entire system works and A does not work over probability that the entire system works. तो ये जो है ये आपको कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा, probability that system works intersection A complement over this part you have already calculated in the first part. तो अगर हम इस सारी सिचुएशन को इंटरप्रेट करें तो हमें ये लगेगा कि अगर ए काम नहीं कर रहा और पूरा सिस्टम काम कर रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि सी, डी और ई जो हैं वो तीनों वर्क कर रहे हैं, राइट? क्योंकि अगर ए काम नहीं कर रहा तो इसका मतलब है अबव सिस्टम जो है वो ये वाला सिस्टम चलेगा ही नहीं, राइट? इसका मतलब है ज़रूरी है कि अगर ए काम नहीं कर रहा तो सी, डी और ई जो है वो तीनों काम कर रहे होंगे. सो दिस शुड बी टेक्निकली इक्वल्स टू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सी इंटरसेक्शन प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ डी इंटरसेक्शन प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ई. तो इसको आप लिख सकते हैं प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सी इंटू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ डी इंटू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ई. तो ये आपके पास जो है वो इफ़ेक्टिव प्रोबेबिलिटी आ जाएगी, जिससे आप कह सकते हैं कि अगर सिस्टम वर्क कर रहा है और ए नहीं वर्क कर रहा तो उसकी ये प्रोबेबिलिटी है, राइट? तो आपने जस्ट इसमें वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करनी है एंड यू विल गेट द आंसर. ओके, नाउ लेट्स लुक एट अनदर एग्जांपल. Police plans to enforce speed limits by using radar traps at 4 different locations within a city limits. The radar traps at each of the location L1, L2, L3 and L4 are operated 40%, 30%, 20% and 30% of the time. And if a person who is speeding on his way to work has probabilities 0.2, 0.1, 0.5 and 0.2 respectively of passing through these location, what is the probability he will receive a speeding ticket? तो अगर आप इस स्टेटमेंट को गौर करें तो जो है पार्टीशन जो है वो 4 लोकेशन पर है, ठीक है, और हम जो है वो डिफरेंट लोकेशंस पर जो है वो स्पीडिंग की उनसे चालान या टिकट हो सकता है, और हमने उसकी एक लिहाज से टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड आउट करनी है ऑफ दी स्पीडिंग टिकट, जिसमें 4 पार्टीशंस हैं. तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ लोकेशन L1 इज़ जो उसकी 40% है तो 0.4 हो गई. प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ L2 इज़ 0.3 looking at the data, and probability of L3 is 0.2 and probability of L4 is once again 0.3. तो हमने ये उनकी probability, these are basically probability of, if you correspond to probability of B1, probability of B2, probability of B3 and probability of B4. Now the other probabilities that are given, if a person who is speeding on his way to work has basically it is given that he is speeding, right, and due to different locations it is given. So I can write it down as probability of given that is speeding and location 1 is 0.2 and probability that is speeding and location is L2 is 0.1 and probability that he is speeding and overspeeding and location is L3 is 0.5 and probability that he is given that he is overspeeding and location is L4 is 0.2. Now I am interested in finding out that whether he will receive a speeding ticket or not. It would be probability of S, and that should be equals to summation I from 1 to it should be 4. Probability of it should be Li intersection S, right? So when I will write it down, it would be summation I from 1 to 4, right? Probability of let's say Li given S into probability of sorry, it should be probability of S given Li into probability of Li, right? So it should be L1 given S, right? Rather than these you need to change. It should be L1 S, and this should be this should be L2 given S, L3 given S, and you can substitute these values over here and you can get the result. Sorry for making this mistake. It should be S given L1, S given L2, and S given L3, and S given L4, right? You will substitute these values over here and you can get this probability of speeding. This is an example related to टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी. यहाँ पर गलती ये हुई है कि ये L1 गिवन S गिवन L1 और S गिवन L2 S गिवन L3 होना चाहिए था, राइट? तो ये आप इसे चेंज कर लीजिएगा और यहाँ पर सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दीजिएगा, तो बस आपको फिर रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा ऑफ दिस ओवर स्पीडिंग. Okay, now let's look at another example. A paint store chain produces and sells latex and semi-gloss paint. So there are two partitions, one is latex and the other one is semi-gloss paint. Based on the long range sale, the probability that a customer will purchase latex paint is 0.75. Of those that purchase latex paint, 60% also purchase rollers. But only 30% of the semi-gloss paint buyers purchase rollers. A randomly selected buyer purchases a roller and a can of paint. What is the probability that the paint is latex? तो हमें इस स्टेटमेंट से दो पार्टीशंस पता चल रही हैं, एक जो है वो लेटेक्स पेंट की है और दूसरी जो है वो सेमी ग्लॉस पेंट की है, राइट? और मैं अगर प्रोबेबिलिटी लिखूं कि एक कस्टमर बाय करेगा लेटेक्स पेंट, वो गिवन है 0.75 है, तो सेमी ग्लॉस पेंट की दिस इज नॉट सैम्पल स्पेस, आई शुड राइट इट एज SEM SM to just differentiate it as semi gloss paint is then 0.25. इसी तरह ये गिवन है कि 60% वो लोग जिन लोगों ने लेटेक्स पेंट लिया है वो साथ रोलर भी बाय करते हैं, और 30% वो लोग जिनने सेमी ग्लॉस पेंट लिया है वो रोलर बाय करते हैं. तो probability of buying a roller given that they have purchased latex paint is 0.6, and probability of purchasing a roller as well when they have used the semi gloss paint is 0.3, राइट? अब अगर एक पर्सन ने रोलर भी खरीदना है और कैन ऑफ पेंट भी खरीदा है, व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट द पेंट इज लेटेक्स? अब हमने बेसिकली जो है वो प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालनी है कि इस पार्टीशन की, गिवन दैट ही हैज़ परचेज्ड ए रोलर एंड ए कैन ऑफ पेंट एज वेल. तो हमने प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ लेटेक्स निकालनी है, राइट? गिवन दैट he has basically sort of purchased the roller and paint as well, and तो इसको मैं कह देता हूँ probability of let's say RP purchasing or roller and paint. It would be probability of roller paint or you can say the latex and roller paint, purchasing both of them over probability of purchasing the roller and paint. So this probability that a person has purchased the latex paint as well as with both roller and paint is given as has been given as 0.6, right? He purchases the latex paint and also purchases the roller. So this one is given and we need to calculate this, and this is like the total probability of purchasing the roller as well as paint. So this would be, if I represent this by RP, this would be probability of R given L into probability of L plus probability or R given semi-gloss into probability of semi-gloss. So when you will calculate this value and put it into this one, and you already know this value, you can easily calculate the this probability. तो इस प्रॉब्लम में ये जो है ये टोटल probability है कि रोलर और पेंट दोनों खरीदने की probability हम निकालनी है. अब रोलर जो है वो क्योंकि पेंट दो किस्म का है, लेटेक्स और सेमी ग्लास दो किस्म का है, तो हमने ये निकाल लिया probability of purchasing a roller given latex paint into probability of latex paint, और plus probability of roller given a semi gloss paint into probability of semi. This is टोटल प्रॉबिलिटी. तो ये पहले टोटल प्रॉबिलिटी निकाल दी, इसको इस पे डिवाइड कर दिया, तो ये हमारे पास जो है ओवरऑल प्रॉबिलिटी आ जाएगी कि एक बंदे ने अगर रोलर और पेंट दोनों चीज़ें ख़रीदी हैं तो इसके क्या प्रॉबिलिटी है कि उसने लेटेक्स पेंट ख़रीदा है, राइट. तो ये हमने जो है वो फाइंड आउट किया है इस एग्जांपल में. होपफुली आप जो है वो वैल्यूज़ निकाल के इसमें पुट करके आप इसकी जो है वो जो है प्रॉबिलिटी निकाल सकते हैं. That's what we have in this session. Hopefully you have understood different points that have been raised and numericals in this session, and you can give your feedback with comments, and if there is any query you can ask in comments. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for your time.